dear viewers, and welcome to a new edition of our program, Africa Today. Our dear viewers, in today's edition, we are going to talk about the World Youth Forum, which is launching the Youth for Reviving Humanity initiative. Under the title Reviving the Humanity, the World Youth Forum kicked off in Sharm el-Sheikh. The Youth for Reviving Humanity initiative was launched in response to the escalating challenges and conflicts in the world today. More details.
Under the title Reviving Humanity, the World Youth Forum kicked off in Sharm el-Sheikh. The Youth for Reviving Humanity initiative was launched in response to the escalating challenges and conflicts in the world today. This initiative embodies commitment to promoting a culture of peace, tolerance, and understanding among youth around the globe. The core objectives of the initiative is promoting global peace, encouraging dialogue and understanding among different cultures to create global harmony, and affirming that dialogue is the only weapon that brings peace, supporting conflict victims, offering assistance to those affected by wars and conflicts regardless of their backgrounds, empowering youth for leadership, developing the skills of youth, and emphasizing humanitarian values and the culture of dialogue to resolve any conflict and support peace, enhancing international collaboration, facilitating partnerships between youth and international bodies. The Youth of Reviving Humanity initiative includes a range of activities such as workshops, field visits, and interactive sessions led by experts and thought leaders in areas like conflict resolution, human rights, and peace support.
The World Youth Forum actually promotes a culture of peace, tolerance, and understanding among youth around the globe. The initiative Reviving Humanity, which is taking place from the 3rd till the 5th of December 2023 in the Red Sea city of Sharm el-Sheikh, embodies the World Youth Forum commitment to promoting a culture of peace, tolerance, and understanding among the youth. More details.
The Reviving Humanity initiative, which is taking place from the 3rd to the 5th of December 2023 in the Red Sea city of Sharm el-Sheikh, embodies the World Youth Forum's commitment to promoting a culture of peace, tolerance, and understanding among youth around the globe. The WYF's initiative aims to stimulate young people around the world, providing them with the knowledge necessary to enhance peace, assist conflict victims, and advance social justice. It also aims to promote global peace through dialogue and intercultural understanding to create global harmony. The Youth for Reviving Humanity initiative will offer assistance to those affected by wars and conflicts. The initiative includes a range of activities such as workshops, field visit, and interactive sessions led by experts and thought leaders in areas like conflict resolution, human rights, and peace. In February, the World Youth Forum announced that it is cancelling this year's edition of Youth for Reviving Humanity, and that its budget will be directed towards 5 development initiatives due to ongoing global economic crises. The WYF was launched in 2017 under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to bring together young people from around the world to discuss development issues and send a message of peace from Egypt to the world.
The World Youth Forum has launched a package of development initiatives and projects in response to the current international changes and the global crises. More details follow.
The World Youth Forum has launched a package of development initiatives and projects in response to current international changes and global crises. The proceeds of sponsorship rights allocated for the 5th edition of the World Youth Forum will be directed towards these initiatives, which include supporting internship and small and medium enterprises, qualifying youth for the labor market, addressing food security, providing mental health support, empowering refugees and migrants, and creating a platform for volunteers. These initiatives will be carried out in cooperation with various international and local institutions and organizations, including the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, the United Nations Development Programme, the United Nations Children's Fund, the World Health Organization, and the International Organization for Migration, Save the Children, and the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, the International Labour Organization, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, and International Committee of the Red Cross, the Arab Voluntary Union, the Federation of Egyptian Industrial IBA Initiative. World Youth Forum announces the inception of Youth for Reviving Humanity initiative. This initiative aims to enhance security, promote peace, and protect civilians in conflict zones. Emphasizing the pivotal role played by the World Youth Forum in dismantling principles of peace, development, and innovation, the Forum's administration invites global activists and influencers committed to rejecting violence, spreading values of tolerance, and supporting victims of wars and conflicts to participate in this initiative.
And to shed more light on the issue, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Mahmoud Faisal. He is member of the coordination committee of the party's youth leaders and politicians. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Faisal.
Good afternoon for you and for everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being with us, sir. Sir, the World Youth Forum announced the launching of the Youth for Reviving Humanity initiative in response to the escalating challenges and conflicts around the world. Can you shed more light on this?
Actually, like you said, the WIF this time established during we are facing very important challenges in all the world, especially in the Middle East. And we are facing some very bad, very bad dealing with the civilians, especially. And so, for this reason, the WIF name this time is Reviving the Humanity, because we are seeing every time the civilians not protected from any challenges or threats they are facing. The war didn't keen for or looking for the civilians. For this reason, WIF, as it is usual, discussing the important topics, and it's not political or diplomatic discussion. It's purely just discussion, and yes, always looking for the peaceful. So this time, the WIF discussing how to protect civilians from the wars and from the conflicts happen, and how we can help the refugees, and how to reviving the humanitarian or the humanity, because we are seeing it with the double standardization from the organization, and we are seeing it not taking its interest from the military actions happen from everybody.
Yes, indeed. Sir, also the World Youth Forum has launched a package of development initiatives and projects actually in response to the current international changes and global crises. What is the main aim of this year's edition of the forum?
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing your voice. Can you say it again?
The main of this year's edition of the forum.
Yes. The main reason or the main decision of the forum is the recommendations, because WIF in Egypt especially, it's now one of the most important international forums, and all the recommendations from the forum are going directly to the Youth Committee in United Nations.
Yeah.
So the discussions will be this time for to have a direct recommendation to UN, or especially to the Youth Committee in UN, from all the youth in the world, in the city of the peace, Sharm el-Sheikh, and from WIF is now the model of the peace for the youth. It will be direct recommendations and very important recommendations for protecting civilians against the war, protecting the refugees, and how to help the refugees who are going out of their countries during the wars, and totally agreed from all the youth in the world we need to stop the wars and to start our peaceful discussions, because we need to important discussions and real discussions for establish the peace in the world, because the wars will let us all lose, and we cannot live in unstable world more than this, because we have many conflicts and we have many challenges which have bad impact for all of us, especially in the Middle East now.
Yes, sir. Actually, the 5th edition of the World Youth Forum will be directed towards 3 initiatives, which include supporting the entrepreneurship, the SMEs, qualifying the youth for the labor market, addressing the food security, providing mental health support, empowering refugees and migrants, as well as creating platforms for the volunteers. How do you see these initiatives and the main aims of the 5th edition of the forum, Mr. Faisal?
Actually, these initiatives and these topics is the main the main items or main topics which we must discuss nowadays. Nobody, no any platforms, no anyone discuss these initiatives or these topics, and we need it because these people are suffering from the wars and suffering from the conflicts. As you said now, the mothers and the refugees and the kids and all the civilians suffering from the wars. The military actions is not disregard is always disregarding the civilians, and always don't put the barrier between the civilians and the military actions. So how to put these initiatives on the table of the international world? This one of the main objectives of the WIF at this time, and these topics must be one of the must be the priority now to discuss in the United Nations and all the human rights organizations, because this is the actual human rights. You know, now we don't have the basics of the human rights in the world. When we are seeing the civilians and all the people are transferring from their lands, and they are leaving their homeland by force, and also shooting them while they are leaving, especially and shooting them in the hospitals and shooting them in everywhere. So the world must be put these priorities from the WIF recommendation.
Yes, indeed. And finally, sir, do you agree that the World Youth Forum initiative is aiming to stimulate the young people around the world?
Actually, Egypt is always the country of the peace. Sharm el-Sheikh is the city of the peace, and the WIF message is always delivering the message of the peace. And this time, not just a message of the peace, but we are putting the world in its responsibilities about the most important and priorities topics and initiatives according to the agenda of WIF this time.
Indeed. Mr. Mahmoud Faisal, member of the Coordination Committee of the party's youth leaders and politicians. Thank you so much, sir, for your precious input. And indeed, our dear viewers, with that, we come to the end of this edition of our program Africa Today, and where we were dedicating this episode to the World Youth Forum, which launched the initiative Youth for Reviving Humanity. Many thanks for watching.